we are back, and I just so excited, because there's so many answers to questions that I had, confusion, you can say. I know God does not give you any kind of confusion, but as humans, He cannot help to have them. And I mean, I'm so thankful to God for you, because you've answered so many of them, clarify a lot of stuff, brought some way or form. You're bringing a little bit of peace. God is using you to bring so much peace into my.
Oh, I like
not
that.
a little, but a lot of peace into
peace
my.
is good.
Yes.
Peace is good.
So,
and you may have a lot of questions, and so that's why we're here.
Right.
We're here to answer your questions. So a lot of them that you may have, we may answer. But if not, at the end of this segment, Carla's going to give you a place where you can send questions to us, and then we'll be able to use those in further tapings.
Right. And also, if you need a prayer, if you are going through some kind of problem, and you have no one to turn to or whatever, hey, we're here. We all go through the same road. We're all humans. We go through the same emotions, same doubts, and also we're here to help each other and encourage each other, build each other, you can say.
And there'll be a website. There'll be a website and a Facebook page to go to at the end of this. So make sure you have a pad and pen.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to you having the vision. Everything starts in a thought and a vision. If you don't have the vision, you have nothing.
You have nothing. That's true.
And it goes back to the Bible, right?
Oh yeah. My people perish for lack of wisdom or vision.
Exactly.
You have to have the vision.
What about Abraham when he didn't believe God?
Ooh.
So can you share a little bit about that story? That story amazes me.
Well, the one that, when we talk about belief, though, the one that always seems to grasp me the most about belief is Noah. I mean, think about if I said to you, Carla, listen, there's going to be a big flood, and I want you to build this big ark, 73 feet, whatever it was. And I mean, this huge, big ark, I want you to start building it now. And you think, God, it's going to take me years. Listen, Noah, just build the ark. I mean, think about the kind of, there's so many characters, like I said, Abraham. But I always think about that because just think about the labor involved.
Right.
In getting the wood and like, where do I start and where do I build this thing? But he believed God. He believed God. Okay, I'm going to build your ark. I will build your ark. And that always, because in Abraham's, we saw that, but here we saw something material that he had to do that took years and years and years. Now, Abraham, of course, he had this, God wanted him to, quote, sacrifice his son. He believed he believed God, that God was somehow going to raise his son back up again. And he had so much, he believed God that God's going to raise my son up. And he was going to go ahead and take his son's life.
So, you're talking about obedience.
Obedience.
You're obedient to God. But yet you have to have a vision. Noah had to have a vision what this humongous boat was going to look like.
That's true. Yeah.
So once he got the vision, he said, you know what, okay, I can do it.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. I don't know how I'm going to get this together and this and that. But you know what? I can start seeing what God is talking about. Abraham, when he said, you are going to be a father.
Father of many nations.
He's like, I don't think so, too. Lord,
Yeah.
But, and what did God say? Hey, stop that thought right now. I want you to go outside.
Believe.
I want you to look in the sky. And you tell me.
Yeah.
What do you see? So God wanted him to have a vision.
Vision, yeah.
You had
That's
a vision.
Good.
You had a strong vision.
Yeah.
Even though your mom said, are you sure? You had a strong vision.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know, where did your confidence come from? Because a lot of times...
It's a good question.
We, when kids go through what, you went through, my kids went through, your confidence goes down the drain.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you feel like, well, I can't. You're full of can'ts.
Sure.
So was your mom very positive? Did she?
No.
Your dad?
No.
Where did that confidence come from?
It came from once seeing something that I believed that I could do. Once I believed that I could do that, that confidence was there. I can do that. That's what I'm going to do. I saw that. That was my vision. That was my, quote, kind of dream. I finally saw something that caught my attention. And I believed so strongly in that vision, I could see myself up there. I'm going to be up there. I believe that.
Okay.
So that was the motivation. That's what caused that confidence, because I believed I could do it. Well, if you can believe you can do it, guess what? That's confidence. So belief creates confidence.
Right. When I was a teenager, and I know that there's a lot of teenagers that go through stuff where the parents are very, very negative, and that shatters their confidence.
Ooh, does it?
And even though they have a little vision right there, and they say, I can do it, all of a sudden, boom, all this negativity that was put in them kicks in, and all of a sudden, no, there's no way, because I'm this, I'm that. So I want to know where that confidence had to have come from somewhere.
Well, again, back to the believing thing. The teenagers out there have to find something, or even the adults out there, have to find something that they believe in so much that, I'm telling you, the belief creates the confidence. If you can believe that you can do something, that means you have confidence. So the belief has to come first. I can do this. Well, that's confidence. Just saying I can do this, right? But it came from believing that I could.
Right.
So that's, in your question, where does it come from? It comes from that believing that I can do this. Well, now I'm confident. Well, how'd you get that confidence already? Because I believe I can do that. There's my confidence. But that's the motivation. That's what ignites the confidence, is the believing that you can do it. So I tell teenagers, find something you really want to do. I don't know, football, baseball, tennis, basketball, dancing, music, play the guitar, whatever. Find something that you really want to do. And you know what? Yeah, I believe I can learn how to play the guitar. And go out there and do it. Get a guitar. Take lessons. Buy a little book. And their confidence, as they right, first they start, I'm going to play a few little chords, then they're playing 6 chords. And as they do that, because they started off believing they could do this, right? And then their confidence started to build, that they get better and they get better and they get better at it. And so that builds their self-esteem. Now, you mentioned something good about negative parenting. Oh, that's so hard on a kid, because you break their spirit. And so many children are destroyed just because of what their parents say. Because their parents aren't happy. Mm-hmm. Their parents have no confidence. They probably aren't believers. Because most believers that you and I talk to, at least they have some faith and some belief. Maybe not to the extent that we do, but we've been doing this for a while. But at least they have something, and so it kind of rolls over to the kids. But you get the kid that's brought up in a non-believing family and negative all the time. I say we have to pray for those kids. We have to, and teenagers out there, if you live in that environment, you know what? Listen, this is good. If you live in an environment that's negative, you know what? You don't have to be negative. What Carla and I would like you to do tonight when you go to bed is get by your bed, get on your knees, and talk to God, just like you would talk to me. Just talk about how you feel, about your situation, and ask God to help you. And I tell you this, I promise you, God will help you. Just believe that He will. And get on your knees and really show God that you don't want to be like that. You want to be positive. You want to be more spiritual. You want to live a good life. You want to be a good person. God will help you.
I have to say that even though, like I said, since I was 17, I've been going to church, a Christian church. My teenage boy has been teaching me how to be a little bit more positive, because didn't realize that I was that negative.
Sure.
So it was the other way around.
That's
so
good.
Basically, it's awesome to get a vision. The perfect person is your creator. Your value comes from Him, not from anybody else.
That's right.
And knowing that, I know for me, I wouldn't be doing this. And then, for blessing me and putting people that believe, that say, you can do it. No, I can't. Yes, you can. And then all of a sudden it's like, Lord, can I really do this? Of course you can.
Yes.
I made you.
Yes. Sure.
Yeah. So
the Bible says in closing, that we who believe, can do all things through Christ, who gives us the strength to do that. Without God being in our lives, I'm not sure we could do this. We might be able to pull it off, but not the way that he would want it done, which is going to be so much better. Anyway, we have to close. Thank you so much. We're coming back, so just keep watching, keep watching, keep watching. This is Carla and Pastor Luigi.